Hello.
Hello,
How you doing, Evelyn?
I'm good. How are you, Austin?
Good. It's been very nice weather here. Um, so it's been a good Memorial Day. How was your Memorial Day?
Yeah, it's good. At least a bit sun today, so which is nice. It's about 52. Still kind of chilly.
Yeah. Are you in Oklahoma also?
No, I'm actually in Seattle.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah. Where are you guys?
I'm in Rhode Island. So the opposite side.
Oh, okay.
And I'm down in North Carolina.
Ah, okay.
Oh.
So we are we
Mhm.
are we are a long way from you.
Mhm.
Yeah. So,
Um,
mhm.
is it pretty, I guess the springs there are they rainy or are they
Yeah, well, rainy all the time, I would
yeah,
say. Yeah,
yeah.
always drizzle. So when the sun comes out, we are all happy here.
Yeah. I've been to
Yeah.
Seattle a couple times.
Mhm.
It was rainy, but it was it, it like I found it similar to Scotland actually. So I went to my honeymoon was in Scotland, but there's like waves of rain that would come in, so you'd get some rays of sh sunshine real quick, and everything would be really green, and then it would go
Yeah.
back to rain.
Oh, oh, green will be nice. Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, compared to like California, like during summer, we
Yeah,
we have all the trees are green here, which is nice. Yeah.
yeah.
But it's just the cloudy, that a lot of people depressed. Not too many sun.
Yeah.
That is similar to Rhode Island. That is that is definitely the case. There's a lot of cloudy
Oh,
days, a lot of darker days because of the winter. It can just be shorter sunlight. So everybody's soaked in
yeah.
the sun in the summer and late
Right.
fall or early fall.
Yeah, I used to live in San Diego, which are pretty much sunny all the time.
Yeah, it's a
I
big
miss that.
change. I'm sure.
Oh, the
Yeah.
desert to the I guess you'd call it temperate rainforest.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Uh,
Very
And yeah, sorry, no video today. My computer, like, yeah, not enough memory, I guess, making
Oh,
really sound. Yes, the sound making weird sound when I turn on my video.
that's no problem.
Yeah,
Do you know if
and I'm
Seb
not.
and Margaret are coming?
Uh, I don't think Margaret coming because he has meetings. But
Okay.
Zeb, let me ask him. I see he's online.
All right. I don't know. Let me make sure he uh yeah. I guess he never checked the meeting
Mm-hmm.
or accepted it, I should say.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just texted him. So, Judy sent you email requested the code, I guess, for for the website. Did you see that, Austin?
Yeah, I did. I sent that over to Dave and Chrissy. I think Dave, they were working through that. Or yeah, or
That's right.
they did.
Yeah. Yeah, we're figuring out exactly how to instruct you all.
Mm-hmm.
Though
Okay.
I think it would be a little bit well, two things. One, it might be a little bit faster and easier if we were to get access, but if it seems like they don't want us to have access to the website at all, is that what I'm
Um,
gathering?
I think yeah, Judy is the one who managed the website. I
Okay.
I think she prefer to do that for you. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. The one note is in the past we've had an issue where if when going through somebody else to get the code installed that it's a little bit more difficult to make sure that it's exactly right. And so we
Okay.
just want to, if we could do it, that would be great. If not,
Mhm.
there could be an issue where it's not working properly, and it takes a little while to kind of get through that. And we just want to make sure that
Okay.
we don't want to waste any money or budget if we're paying for ads and we're not able
Yeah.
to make sure the tracking is set up properly, because sometimes it
Okay.
gets a little bit tricky.
And then
Um,
specifically with conversion attribution.
yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So yeah, if they click on something or if they donated, we might miss that information. That's a possibility. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Uh,
So in general, we can track So for example, one way to do it is to track thank you page. So usually when people donate, they end up on a page that says thank you, um, which I think is how it works in your case. And
Mhm.
that allows us to track how many people end up on the thank you page. We could go a little bit deeper and to know which actual ads convert, and what's the process of going through if we add a little bit more of the conversion tracking throughout the whole process. That gives us more insight and more details, but it's a little bit more complicated. Um,
I see.
so, um,
Yeah.
but
Well,
if they're not going to give us, if you don't, or Judy doesn't want us to have access at all,
mhm.
which we've run into before, then we can try to find another way to go about, getting her the code and instructing her to do it. We can't be
Yeah.
confident that it'll be 100% accurate.
Okay. Yeah, maybe, yeah, since she wants to do it, well, yeah, let's try. And then hopefully she can do it correctly.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Seb.
Yeah,
Hey
Seth is here.
guys, sorry I'm late.
No, you're good. Sorry for the delay in saying hi.
No, you're good. You're good.
Um, yeah, we were just talking about Evelyn just asked about Judy and giving us access to just basically tracking, getting all of our paid ad tracking solidified on the website. So correct conversion attribution is accurate. So that was the
Yeah,
discussion.
we've already got most of the Google ads set up and we've got the background for the LinkedIn ads.
Sweet.
So we've made good progress there. Which that kind of leads us into one major question is, the ads can integrate with Zoho, as far as to be able to track kind of the conversions on the CRM side, so that we know if people have joined or not joined, so we can continue to show them ads. So, for example, if they click on the first LinkedIn ad and they get to the sign up form, but they don't actually sign up, and we put them into a retargeting bucket so that we can show
hmm
them other ads to kind of try to lead them through the funnel. But then we want to stop showing them ads once they actually join. Um, so there's an integration with the CRM, but it sounds like there could be a change to the CRM. So I think we could start with that conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna be moving away from Zoho. I don't know how much you guys have been using that or how much that has been like part of the strategy. Um, because I think you guys already had access to our LinkedIn and stuff, right?
Yeah, we just got access to that a couple weeks ago. Yeah, and percentage wise, are you guys like 90, 95%, or are we saying like it's 100 already?
I mean, we haven't started the migration over. It's probably going to take a little bit of time, but the plan, yeah. I mean, ideally, a month from now, we won't be using Zoho hardly at all. So I don't know how, but I mean, if you guys have that as a big part of your plan, then just let me know and I can take that up and we can see what we can do.
Yeah. Um, Dave, I don't know if you want to start first or if you'd like me.
Yeah, I mean, I would say it is a pretty big part of the plan.
Okay,
Just because that's the system that we need to use to follow up with leads and
gotcha.
like
Okay.
as I mentioned, if we're going to be paying for LinkedIn ads and we're sending people back to the website and then they get into the Zoho funnel with
hmm
emails going back out and retargeting, then the CRM is is fairly integral to the ad campaign. So I guess the two
Okay.
things, so two options we have is to continue to move forward with Zoho and use it while you're migrating, um, because it might take you a month or two to migrate. So we can continue to go down this path. Or the other option would be um, to to not move forward with the ads Zoho integration. We can still run some ads. They would just might be a little bit more generic or slightly less effective. But they would still be like sending people to the website. It might just be a little bit more difficult to track them all the way through, to see
hmm
which people are clicking on the ads, which people are going all the way back to the website, which people are, getting into the Zoho funnel with email follow-ups and those types of things. Um, and we could also pivot more of our efforts to just more social media, more brand awareness,
hmm
which is a little bit less of our target of trying to get, X number of new members in a certain time frame. So yeah, so I guess again, the main two options are one, moving forward with Zoho as it is, because it might take you a little while to make the switch, and we can still get value with what we have now, or to kind of pause and pivot into something else while you make the switch, and then come back with a new CRM to set up the workflows and the integration with the ads and those types of things.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I mean, we'll just discuss it with Margaret and we'll see where she lands. But yeah, I think obviously we don't want to throw too big of a wrench into y'all's plans. So we'll we'll get back to you guys on that, I guess. And we'll kind of see what what makes the most sense. We could probably hold on to Zoho for a little bit longer, while we kind of see how this first round of testing goes, um, and go from there.
Yeah, that's probably what I would recommend, just because we've already, we're kind of
Mm-hmm.
2 months into this down the path that we're already headed on.
Mm-hmm.
And I would hate to pause it to kind of pivot again at this point. And I think we're really close to launching all these assets that we've been working on. So even like you said, even if you just push your migration back, 60 days instead of 30 days, um, that might be sufficient for us to see how things are going and moving forward.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'd also just point out, just thinking about the integration with the CRM. So, for example, our integration to scrape LinkedIn, for example, would be uh, a case where we would be going. We're integrating in this AI scraping tool with the CRM, and those who we pick up for targeting for LinkedIn ads would be using that AI tool, be directly connected to the CRM. So the integration with Zoho has already begun, and that if that was going to be um, pivoted, uh, that's just a lot of work that will not be utilized.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So
Mhm.
we would have to redo that work again on a new CRM. Um,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
yeah,
so I think the bottom line is we're not against you moving away from Zoho. It sounds like
yeah,
that's really good long-term
Yeah, it was
solution.
just
If we
yeah,
could
yeah.
just hold off on it just another month or two, so that we can get some of these things launched and moving forward.
yeah,
Mm-hmm. I gotcha.
yeah. Um, so just in general, with the and if we do continue, I mean, let me just preface this as you talk with Margaret. Just thinking about, let me just go to the timeline and give you a visual. So this is where we're kind of like we're building our structure right now in May. We shifted in March and April to partners to members. So we adjusted to our setup being not in April now, but in March or in May because we were shifting that target audience, which changes the entire structure of our strategy. And so for June, that is where we should be launching things. And so these are the main build outs we've been working on. So just to give you an overview of what's working. Um, so these are the things that we've been working on. And I'll give you some updates today. Even we have some things for you to review. Maybe you can get some of your initial feedback in this meeting. That would be helpful. So yeah, that's any questions here though before we jump into to-do updates and review.
None for me.
Yeah. So, the C12 member landing page, is that the one that you talk about, Dave, earlier, that you need Judy to give you the access?
The landing page, this landing page is something that we're building the copy and the design slash graphics for it. That is something we're passing
Oh,
off to you. Because I remember Seb or you, Evelyn, said that you guys would like to set it up on your website. You wouldn't like us to create it on your website, correct?
okay. I
Yeah,
see.
sorry, just to clarify. Yeah, so the
Mm.
landing page, your team can build out the land. We can give you the visuals and the text for that page, and somebody on your end can build that page. That's not a problem. We don't need to
Oh,
go.
okay.
We don't need to build any pages on your site.
Yeah.
I see.
We can give you the materials, the assets that you need to build the page.
Okay.
The only thing we were asking when we were talking earlier, was the access, was to work on the Google tracking code. Um,
Oh,
and
gotcha.
putting
Yeah.
and putting the tracking code in various spots throughout the site and the Zoho
Yeah.
fields
I
and those
see.
types of things. So we can still try to get instructions to Judy for that first and see if that works.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And so
So
so the landing page, is it ready for Judy to put it
we're
in?
currently we're working on it right now.
Okay.
Right now we're focusing in on the social media, the paid ads setup, because that's the biggest lift.
Mm-hmm.
So the Google ads, the LinkedIn ads, that's what he's referring to as what's integrating with the website, is this
Okay.
section right here. So when they do click on a social media post or they do click on an email, they'll be sent to a landing page, that landing page we're creating, but we have to have those initial things set up. So we're kind of working from the top funnel down, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So email,
Yeah.
social media, ads down to the LinkedIn or down to
Mm-hmm.
the landing page.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think
Good
then,
question.
Austin, while you have that up, I think the other piece is that we will be launching all of these things over the next week or two.
Hmm.
And then it might be worth having a conversation to, once those things up and running, as far as if you want to move into some sort of monthly cadence, or a monthly budget that we can use to maintain those things and also tackle any other projects that you might
Hmm.
um, have coming up.
Yeah. The idea is if you guys are looking at shifting to another CRM and I mean, because right now you still need to talk with, seems like you need to talk with Margaret. Those monthly cadence work, that baseline work, could be work uh, that doesn't affect the CRM as much. Um, so there's other strategies we can utilize in that baseline work, something that's monthly cadence, that wouldn't be CRM heavy, uh, that we could uh, that we could do during that time when you're building out the CRM. So that's something to consider. And that's one thing we thought about when you guys brought up that you're switching to another CRM.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
so the timeline review, that's what we just went through a little bit. So the LinkedIn ads setup. So here are some three lead ads that we were thinking about for the LinkedIn ads. I'll just show you them real quick. Um, and if you have any feedback, feel free to bring it. But we'll send you this in the recap email so you can get a little bit more time to sink in. Sound good?
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds good.
Mhm.
So this is the first one. Second one.
Okay.
This one. So this one's bent towards more ministry minded, focusing a little bit more on the C12 side. Um, and then this one's more of we're pushing the boundary of fear, in some ways with this one. It's a little bit more aggressive than we talked about in the past, that we want to move towards that.
Mhm.
This one steps off the gas a little bit more.
Yeah.
Very on brand.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We'll send these to you guys. If you have any initial feedback, feel free. But we'll continue. I'll show you the video ad. So this would be like a retargeting ad that we'd like to do. So this is our first run at it. So we're looking forward to your guys' feedback on this. Let me bring that one up real quick. Oh, oh yeah, I forgot you guys. Let me double check my
The audio.
volume. Yes, I know where it's at this time. Um, well, I thought I knew where it was at. What the heck? Usually it's right under audio.
Um,
Let me try this one. Maybe it was wrong. Can you hear that? Still
yeah.
considering
Yeah.
CEA. Great. All right.
CEA, a single lawsuit can cost $1 million plus and derail your mission. CEA helps Christian employers stand together, join privately, and face costly legal challenges with support. Sign once, stand protected. Still considering CEA?
So that'd be like a retargeting email or a retargeting LinkedIn ad.
Okay.
About 30 seconds or just under.
It's
Mhm.
good. I would just say fix the logo at the end. I don't like
Okay, great.
the white the white
Okay,
square.
great.
Yeah, so
Do
the
you
way
guys like
that
the? Oh, go, Dave.
I was just going to make sure that it was very clear that we will show one of the static images will be the first ads that like when you're
Mm-hmm.
scrolling LinkedIn. And then if somebody interacts with that, but they don't join, then that's when they would see the video at a later point in time because it means that they've shown some interest,
Mm-hmm.
but they didn't actually join. And so that's why the video will show up. It's a little bit more involved. So just to clarify, go ahead, Austin.
Yeah, do you guys like the more gradient? Like for example, Evelyn's picture on her profile on Zoom. That one's got more of the sheen to it. Do you guys like that one or prefer that one more than the uh more I should say like flatter color?
I think we should do exactly the same with our logo, the color wise.
Well, I'm saying we've noticed that there's a flat logo. It's like the one
Oh,
that's right
okay.
here. And then
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
if you look at your profile picture, Evelyn, on the Zoom call,
yeah,
you have like a sheen on your logo.
It's a
And
yeah,
those are the
gradient.
two that we've noticed. Gradient, yeah.
yeah.
Is
I
there one
would
that you
say
prefer?
do the same with my logo.
Okay.
How about what do you think, Seb?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I didn't have any issues with it except for the putting it in like a square. I don't generally like that, but
Great. Good. That's the kind of stuff I'm looking for.
I will say on one of the other ones, I thought it was a little bit tiny. So if we're ever gonna use the shield, just yeah,
Yeah.
like that's a little bit too small.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe just if we're gonna make that kind of the centerpiece, like let's make it a little bit more prominent.
Great.
Yeah,
Awesome.
and when we send these over to your team for review and to think about, just let us know if you think like we're on target with the imagery and
Hmm.
the photos that we're using, or if you feel like you want to stay clear of this or move more in this direction, or
Yeah.
should we use the courthouse imagery or not use the courthouse
Yeah.
imagery, or those types of things. So just let us know because we just want to make sure that we're staying on point and in line with what you're going to be doing on your end as well.
Yeah.
And if we can put the name Christian Employers Alliance,
Yeah, that's a good point.
yeah, not just
Yeah,
CEA.
right. Because
Okay.
because Austin, these people, just as a reminder, they won't necessarily know what CEA stands
Yeah,
for.
right.
Okay.
And then if they go to CEA.org, that it will go to different organization.
Okay.
Right.
So even the C12 members themselves will not be very much aware of what CE is.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
not
helpful.
all.
That's the
Mhm.
kind of feedback. Another thing I was thinking about in these, so as I was just engaging with this content, I was thinking, okay, are we going towards the CEO slash employers who are white collar, or do we want to go towards some people that are more, because like not all CEOs are, wearing suits and jackets.
That's a good
Uh,
point.
so that's something to think about. Do we want to make some CEOs are smaller companies and their sleeves are rolled up doing the work. So that's kind of you could say a cultural thing to think about. Are primarily C12 guys. Would you want to pursue more of the blue collar rather than white collar? Another thing outside of that too is I know we're pushing the tone of it's a little bit more. We're pushing that that fear of lawsuit and legal action a little bit more. A little bit, we're being a little bit more bold with that work. So those core images will produce that a little bit more than I would say this one. This one was, I think, picked because specifically it gives a sense of religion to some degree um, and planning at the same time. So this one's a little bit softer, and this one is, you know, uh, it strikes a chord a lot more. So that's something to think about as you guys are thinking of what path you want to take in those two directions.
Yeah. Well, ideally, I think we targeted that company with 15 employees or more. But I see that we also gonna to reach out to university and also ministry, like church.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you would say primarily the majority of those with CEA or the ones we're targeting are smaller companies?
No, we want it to be a bigger company, but I'm
Oh,
not sure. Like yeah. What do you think, Seb?
Um, yeah, ideally we're targeting the larger ones,
okay.
just because the smaller ones don't really benefit from CEA as much.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Well, that's good to know because that'll definitely lean more towards white collar,
Mhm.
larger companies.
Yeah, I mean, I think you bring up a good point, Austin. So we might just need to vary and test over time. I'm thinking of a couple of C12 members that I've worked with in the past that are like in the transport and shipping and manufacturing and
Yeah.
logistics, and the companies are $40 million companies, but nobody in the company is going to wear a suit to work.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it might just be that we have, two versions of some of these down the road.
Mm.
So I think we keep it um, professional, but it might be a little slightly more business casual and not everybody wearing a full suit and tie.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can make some variants of that. So other than that, the Google Ads setup. So we have the copy ready for that. We'll send that to you. We can it's this is just specifically copy. It doesn't have any design to it because those are Google search ads. So we'll send those. It'll have headers and then a subline for those. So we'll send you this link right here for those Google Ads setup.
Okay.
And then the oh yeah, Google Ads, all the connections. So there was four of them. We got them. Thank you, Evelyn.
Mhm.
For working on
Finally.
that. Woo! And then we also have our LinkedIn social media that we're working on. So we want to get
Eh,
your feedback on this too.
Also, there was one other line item in that
I miss it.
list above. Yeah.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah, my fault.
yeah. So
Yeah.
currently the newsroom articles are on the old website, and I didn't know if the link is broken or if you've moved all the articles from the old website to the new website. Um, but if you go to like if you're at joinceanow.org and you click on one of the articles, it takes you to the old website.
Um, Let me try.
Sorry, did you
It
say
might.
in which location, Dave? Was it just one button or was it multiple?
I'm not sure all the different ways to get there.
Okay.
So under newsroom,
Yeah,
you
but if you go
say.
to newsroom and you click on any of the articles from the new site,
Hmm. Hmm.
they take you to the old site.
Like just the domain, or
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. I see that.
I
Yeah.
think
The domain, Sebastian.
I think that's something that Judy's still working on now.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
just let
takes
it.
time to migrate everything over.
Yeah, that's kind of that was the question. So we can run dynamic ads through Google that highlight some of those articles for people that are doing relevant searches for those
Okay.
for anything related. So just let us know when they're fully migrated over to the new site.
Okay. I will let Judy know.
Okay.
And
And then there
yeah,
was
I'll give
one,
feedback.
yeah, one of the membership application links on the join page was broken and throwing a 404 error.
Oh, really? Let
I'm
me
not sure
try.
which link that was from our ads person.
Um,
So one of the links on the main page.
On the join page.
okay.
Yeah, it's the
I
in the section
tried.
where it says one voice, thousand strong, one mission, and then there's three blue drop downs, and then under there's a button that says join CEA now.
Oh
And
yeah,
member
that one does.
application, when you click on
Hmm.
that member application, it goes to a 404 page.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. Yeah. We just found that one. Bring it to your attention.
Thanks.
Yep.
That's good.
Well, and I'll send that to Judy right now.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Any final questions on that before we move on?
No.
Okay. Thanks, Dave, for pointing that
Yep.
out. Forgot about that.
Yep.
Put it there, and I still forgot.
No
All right.
worries.
So C12 May LinkedIn social media. So this will also send to you. I think even your feedback from the LinkedIn ads will affect this too. Um, so these updates generally you'll have access to these links directly. You can place your comments here. Um, copy. Um, but yeah, even the shield combination. It's good to know. But we'll send these to you for your feedback since it's the first run. Yeah, general feedback for future runs will be helpful. Um,
Okay.
these will be all for the audience of C12 and then just the general topic goal. So when reviewing those, keep those in mind.
Yeah, we'll review that and then we'll give comments.
Yeah. C12 members landing page. That's actually we just got the copy done for that. We're working on the graphics for those. So the C12 membership landing page or C12 members landing page is kind of the jump off for going into the general landing page. So once we nail that down, that C12, I think that'll make the general landing page move a lot faster. So other than that, we did make headway on Zoho setup. So um, the really all we need to do is start testing that integration. So SendPilot AI is that scraping tool we were talking about. We had to do some integration between Zoho and SendPilot using the integration N8N. Can't say it right. And so the next thing is just setting that up and getting some tests in. But we wanted to get your feedback. I'm going to tell my team to pause on this until you talk with Margaret because we don't want to yeah spend any of the scope on something that we might not use. So
Hmm.
does that sound fine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That was good. So we'll
So
send you the Evelyn, sorry.
yeah, if we can like postpone Soho migration, like how long do you need?
Yeah, so we talked about earlier on in the meeting, we were talking about so June would be our iteration test,
Mm-hmm.
and getting some initial feedback. Um, I know we were looking at so let me go to the here might be helpful to go to the timeline. So this kind of so C12 build out optimization scale proof. So we'd be scaling whatever we optimize here from June. That'd be the goal. But this is probably if it sounds like you guys want to delay, Dave, you were asking 60 days, right?
Yeah, I think I mean, if you could move it back towards August,
Okay. Yeah.
timeframe.
August.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, yeah. And if this is successful, and it does produce, we would, um, I know we were thinking about going into our next partner, but that might be delayed. I'm just trying to foresee, and Dave, you might be able to get more experience into this. This might delay that next partner expansion, just integrating into that next CRM. Thoughts, Dave?
Um, yeah, I don't think it would be too much of a holdup.
Okay.
The main thing is just if we can go ahead and get the LinkedIn ads rolling in the next week or so,
Yeah.
and then optimize those and scale those up over the next 30, 60 days. Once we know they're working and we're driving new members, then switching over to a different system won't shouldn't delay anything, and we'll be getting benefit from the work that we've already done.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Does that help answer, Evelyn?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, 60 days is what we're asking, if you want to ask Margaret.
Yeah, and if you need us
Yeah.
to help, I don't know I don't know if the CRM you're using offers migration help, but if there's anything we can do to help with that aspect as well, just let us know.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll pause and put that down. Just this is helpful for me. Um, so we'll pause on this until confirmed with Margaret. Seb, you're gonna talk to her about that?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah, so those are the two new updates. Any final questions?
I'm good.
Yeah. Good.
I should ask, is there any I guess we do know about Judy and her updates on the website. Um, is there any other updates we should be aware of from this past week on the
Um,
CEA side?
don't think so.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
Well,
We're just chugging along, boys.
all right. Get it.
So everything's going well, pretty well on your side?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Cool. Um, we, yeah, just a reminder, if you do have um, any video, I know Margaret's been asking or was going to plan to ask um, at events if she could get video um, of some talks and interviews that she might have. If it's possible to get those, that would be very helpful. So I don't know if there was any update on that.
Oh, see, Margaret did a podcast. Yeah, there's
Hmm.
a link if you need it.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
anytime
Okay.
she does something
Thanks.
like that, send it to us, and we might be able to use that, or we could promote that in our LinkedIn posts for social media. Um, that would be good engagement to do that.
Yeah.
We could also tag the host of the podcast and things like that in LinkedIn.
I'll send it to you guys. I have it pulled up.
Great.
Yeah, we could
And I
splice
don't,
those and with answers, specific questions and answers. So
yeah, we could also use her voiceover on some of the video things
yeah,
if we need. Another thing that would be great over time, if you don't have one now, is if you have a CEO that you've helped and worked with in the past, a member who's given a short testimonial or something. If we have anything on video, that would be
Yeah, we're
helpful.
working
Just
on that.
yeah, especially down the road. Yeah. Okay, great.
I just sent that over to you, Austin.
awesome. Thanks, Seb. That's great. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff we're looking for. And just an FYI, yeah, the podcast and webinar planning will happen in June. At least start. We'll begin that process. But that won't be like a primary avenue. Um, what we're working on right now are those primary kind of core components. So,
Mm-hmm.
all right,
Okay.
guys.
Sweet.
Um, our next meeting is we have you guys for June 10th, same time. And should that be good for you guys? At least for you two?
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah, sounds good.
All righty.
Thank you guys so much.
Yep.
Yep. Thank
Good to see you
you.
you.
both. We'll be in touch.
Okay.
Bye.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.